Before we start, I want to share a super powerful practice I use called NSDR, or non-sleep deep rest. In just about 10 minutes or so, this yoga nidra practice leaves you feeling as refreshed as after a nap without actually sleeping. Experience it for yourself on our guided podcast. Search NSDR and look for the one from Optimal Living Daily. Before we start, please check out our new podcast, Good Sleep. Have you ever noticed how a calm mind can really set the stage for a good night's sleep? That's the idea behind our new podcast, Good Sleep. Greg, our host from Optimal Relationships Daily, is here to help ease you into a peaceful night's rest with some positive affirmations. And these affirmations aren't just comforting, they can help ease anxiety and nurture positive thoughts, setting you up for true good sleep. So press play on Good Sleep tonight, because a good tomorrow starts with a good night's sleep. Just search for Good Sleep in your podcast app and be sure to pick the one from Optimal Living Daily. This is Optimal Living Daily. Stop making resolutions and just start, by Jay Harrington of lifeandwhim.com. And I'm Justin Malik, your personal narrator, reading to you every day, including holidays. That's from some of the best blogs I can find covering personal development and minimalism mostly, with permission from the authors. And with that, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. Stop making resolutions and just start, by Jay Harrington of lifeandwhim.com. I've long abandoned the idea of setting and sticking with New Year resolutions. For me, it's a futile exercise that inevitably results in failure and regret. I'm not a particularly disciplined person, so unless I really want to do something, it won't happen. If I do want something, I just do it. I don't wait until the new year to start. If I do wait, it's a sign that I just don't care that much. While I don't have much interest in resolutions, I do try to take time at year's end for reflection. This involves analyzing what worked and didn't in the prior year and thinking about how to apply lessons learned to future endeavors. The biggest thing I've learned over the last couple of years is that almost everything good and uplifting and positive that has happened in my life has typically been accompanied by some feelings of emotional angst, pain, and uncertainty. It's the paradox of success. Achievement requires discomfort, but we're conditioned to avoid discomfort. In other words, we seek to shield ourselves from the very feelings that are associated with personal growth. The truth is, most of us understand that we have to grind for what we want, but rarely are willing to pay the price. This is what makes resolutions so intoxicating. They allow us to conjure in our minds what a new year, new you might look like. The dream becomes more satisfying than the reality. In his book, Ego is the Enemy, Ryan Holiday discusses how, for most people, a major obstacle to success is the idea of success. Because there's no discomfort in dreaming, it's easy to remain in a state of inaction. But it's only through action, often painful, that good things happen. Successful people push forward despite the fear and resistance. When in doubt, ship it. In 2008, 4 MBA students at Wharton School of Business came up with a novel business idea to design, manufacture, and sell stylish, affordable eyeglass frames over the internet. Almost everyone told them their idea wouldn't work. After all, they had little money, experience, or technical know-how in building an e-commerce platform. But they persevered nonetheless. They ordered eyeglass inventory from their overseas supplier, worked with a developer to build a website, and retained a PR firm to help get the word out. One morning, the company founders, still students at the time, got an exciting call from their PR rep. GQ magazine was going to run a feature story on the company. They were elated. When will the story run, they asked. Tomorrow morning, they were told. Elation turned to panic. Their site wasn't up yet, and it still had a bunch of bugs. They worked feverishly with their developer for the next 18 hours to iron out the kinks. At 4:00 a.m., they had to make a decision. Flip the switch and go live with an imperfect site, or put a hold on it and miss the opportunity to generate traffic and sales resulting from the GQ exposure. Well, they went live. The next morning, the founders regrouped in an entrepreneurship class they attended together. One of the founders had set his phone to receive notifications when a sale occurred on the website. He started getting pings during class. 1, 2, 10, 100, 1,000. The sales came pouring in. The site worked. Again, Elation turned to panic when they realized that sales were quickly outstripping available inventory and they had failed to build any inventory tracking capability into the site. They soon sold thousands more pairs of eyeglasses than they had in stock, and before they could regain control of the situation, they had sold so much product that would take 8 months to catch up. Within hours of launching their business, they very nearly destroyed it. Yet they soldiered on and turned this adversity to their advantage. Their launch was calamitous, but from that moment they learned valuable lessons that allowed them to grow Warby Parker into one of the fastest growing startups in history. Just start. The moral of the Warby Parker story is that things will never go as planned. So at some point, preferably sooner rather than later, if you want to achieve your dreams, you need to just start. The Warby Parker metaphor is an extreme one. Most of us don't dream of starting a billion-dollar company. But the lesson is the same no matter the objective. Challenges are inevitable. No amount of planning will prevent them. Hence the problem with resolutions. Resolutions focus on the outcome, the new body, the new friends, the new job or business, the transformation of whatever variety. But it's easy to overlook the work required, the price to be paid to actually achieve the outcome. When it comes time to actually do the work, the road to success seems so long and daunting that we never take the first step, another resolution on the trash heap. There will never be a perfect time to start. Progress requires a high comfort level with imperfection. Successful people fail far more often than those mired in the status quo. And it is through that failure that they learn lessons that lead to their breakthrough moments. They take their swings. They don't simply fantasize about success. They start, they fall down, they start again. They seek out discomfort because they learn this is where the magic happens. They understand that time is not on their side. They've learned that safe is risky and risky is safe. They don't resolve to do something. They simply do it. Want something? Just start. Feeling fearful? Do it anyway. Feel like quitting? Persevere. If you're willing to pay the price, you can be anything, do anything, and achieve anything you want. But to get there, you have to take that first step. Are you ready? You just listened to the post titled, "Stop Making Resolutions and Just Start" by Jay Harrington of lifeandwhim.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary.
Every day at Sierra, you'll find top brand apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. And during clearance time at Sierra, those incredible prices are 40 divided by 2.5, carry the 1, even lower. And when you shop clearance at Sierra, you can save a whole lot more on everything you need to get active and outside. That's a lot of saving. Epic brands, vast selection, teeny tiny prices. That's Sierra. Visit your local Sierra store today or shop online at Sierra.com.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Thank you to Jay. This might not have resonated with you, and that's totally fine. Actually did for me, though. I've been asked by friends and family what my resolutions or goals are for the new year or New Year's past. And most of the time, even in past years, I say I don't have them. It just doesn't fit my personality. Because like Jay, I will usually forget about them by week 2 or 3. And like he said, to me, that means it's not really a priority in my life. Just like a nice to have that one day I'd like to have. And again, like Jay, if I truly want to do something, I will make it happen whenever. It has nothing to do with the 365 days in a year or a new year, a fresh start, none of that. But that's not to say that I think goals or resolutions are bad. Some people have turned their lives around that way. And if that's you, more power to you, keep it up. The lesson I think is something I've said many times on this show before. Test, see what works best for you. If you've never done formal written goals or resolutions, maybe try it out because it could be game-changing for you and your personality. But if you have and it pretty much never works, like for me, well, let history be a guide and try something else. Maybe use Jay's article as motivation. And also something to keep in mind, personalities do change. Maybe you hated goals and resolutions in the past, but this year it'll be different. Who knows? So do what works for you. Let me know what's working for you. I always appreciate hearing from you. Thank you for listening. Hope you're having a great day. I'll be back for the Friday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.